Hello, welcome back to Humans and Society. This video focuses on the topic Powers of the Mind under the subject Personal Development. The brain is a wrinkled, pink-gray, 3-pound organ, primarily composed of fat and water, that controls our thoughts and actions. The brain has three major parts: the cerebrum, the cerebellum, and the brainstem. The brainstem connects the spinal cord to the brain and controls functions that keep people alive. Breathing, heart rate, blood pressure, and food digestion are activities that occur without any thought. The cerebellum is the region that controls voluntary movement. The cerebellum translates your will into action, and it happens so quickly that you think it's automatic, but it's not. The cerebrum is the largest of the three brain sections and accounts for 85% of the brain's weight. It controls our thoughts and our senses. The cerebrum is composed of four lobes: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, the temporal lobe, and the occipital lobe. And each lobe has a different function. They get their names from the section of the skull that are next to them. The frontal lobe determines one's personality and emotions. The parietal lobe helps people understand what they see and feel. The occipital lobe controls our vision, and our hearing and word recognition is controlled by the temporal lobe. Neurons are the basic functional units of the nervous system. They have three major parts that are key to brain function. The nucleus or nerve cell, the axon, and the dendrite form the major structure of a neuron. Thought moves as an electrical signal from the nerve cell down to the axon and into the dendrite or nerve endings. The signal jumps from the dendrite to a space called a synapse onto another dendrite of another cell with the help of chemicals called neurotransmitters. The signal keeps jumping from cell to cell until it reaches the muscle you need to move. Researchers believe that brain dominance determines a person's preferences, problem-solving style, personality characteristics, and even career choices. There is nothing good or bad about either preference. Both orientations can be equally successful in accomplishing a single task. However, one may be more appropriate over the other depending on the situation. The left brain functions include analytic thought, logic, language, science, and math, while right brain functions include holistic thought, intuition, creativity, arts, and music. A left brain dominant individual might prefer classical music, planning, being on time, considering alternatives, being thoughtful, and playing games like Monopoly, Scrabble, or chess. A right brain dominant individual might prefer popular music, having a good time, visualizing the outcome, being active, and sports like athletics, and practicing art or music. Before we continue, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. Comment below for topics you would like to be discussed in future videos. The brain's healthy functioning is essential to living and determines our quality of life. Therefore, it is essential to protect the organ from injury and chemical abuse. Brain cells regenerate throughout life, but new growth happens very slowly after age 3. During the first 3 years of life, the brain experiences most of its growth and develops most of its potential for learning. That's the time frame in which synaptogenesis, or the creation of pathways for brain cells to communicate, occurs. Because so little recovery occurs to brains damaged after age 3, the effects of drugs and alcohol on the brain might be lasting. Inhalants such as glue, paint, gasoline, and aerosols destroy the outer lining of nerve cells and make them unable to communicate with one another. Marijuana hinders memory and learning and impairs judgment and reaction times. Steroids cause aggression and violent mood swings. Ecstasy destroys neurons that make serotonin, a chemical crucial in controlling sleep, violence, mood swings, and sexual urges. The brain is like a muscle. It changes and gets stronger when you use it. When you learn new things, the tiny connections in the brain actually multiply and get stronger. The more that you challenge your mind to learn, the more your brain cells grow. And that is how we grow our intelligence. The ideas discussed in this video are based on the content standards of the Department of Education. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next lesson.